Hi, this is David, letting you know that on this episode of the Totally Wholesome, Not Dirty podcast, one of the cameras, of course, didn't work. So, yeah, we got that going for us. Enjoy the show.
And that's that part of like the whole like, well, we're here, we're hanging in there, and we're literally doing this because of the pleasure that it gives us. That's the only reason.
I come every episode right in this spot.
Me too. And so does our camera.
Oh, it's off again. Sorry. At least we have our face cams. Life is a challenge.
How do you get through it?
Laughing at the dark and dirty. We walk you through all the naughty secrets of the adult industry, and you get to be a fly on the wall with two best friends in the business of boobs.
We want to hear your dirty secrets too.
If you have stories to share, questions for us, need advice, then send us an email to twndpodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 702-900-6446. We'll always be laughing here. It's our favorite way to cope. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, share with a friend, and leave us a rating wherever you listen to podcasts. And we thank you for coming this week. So, don't you think it's pretty lucky that we got a new intern?
Yeah.
Someone who set up the cameras for us today. Shout out to my man's putting on the overtime for free. He gets hugs and kisses. It's all good.
And high fives from me.
Cool. It would be awesome if we could have an intern, but I don't know anyone. And every time that I think someone can do this, I can give this responsibility to someone, you know what happens?
You get disappointed.
Tomfoolery. That's what happens. I feel like I've become a 50-year-old man where I'm just like, nobody has any work ethic.
Get off my lawn.
Get out of here. But sometimes that's just how it feels. Welcome back to the Totally Wholesome, Not Dirty podcast. I am your host, Molly Stewart, and my co-host,
Laura Contreras. Yo.
I'm so brain dead today. So
same. I think we're both kind of on that same level though.
Yeah. Fun fact about me, I had a few panic attacks. It's nothing to worry about. I'm no stranger to them, and they happen much less frequently than they used to. But sometimes your whole body just like shuts down and you're just stuck there in a little cave that you don't really understand. You're like, am I unwell, or like physically or just mentally? Like, I don't know what's happening.
Doesn't it feel like both sometimes?
Often.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel that way. But then I'm like, okay, we can get out of this. We got this. Let's go.
Wait a minute.
What?
We have like matching colors on our eye makeup today.
It's because we're badass.
But we did both the silver,
shimmer, the lighter shimmer, the dark. Yeah. I mean, we've become one.
Maybe the universe is coming back together in this moment. Because I feel like this year, I can't believe that it's already, when this comes out, I think it will be March.
Holy shit.
I know.
What?
I had planned so many more things to do by now.
Yes, I feel like
that haven't been done.
I feel like our music video should have been done by now. We were gonna probably do like a leprechaun thing.
That's not even. I don't even have time to write that now. I don't think.
No,
which is insane.
But it's just like things are going so fast.
Yeah, but it's like everything's progressing so fast. But I feel like I personally am moving through quicksand. Which, did you know that very few people actually die from quicksand?
Yes, I've heard recently.
But I was like very afraid of quicksand and the possibility of like, you know, sometimes you just like see a sandy pit as a kid and you're like, I'm going to take the long way around because you don't know how far that sand pit comes out. It might just swallow you whole. That happens with sinkholes in Florida a lot, I've heard.
And I heard like there's only very few amounts of quicksand in the world, right? Like, it's not like as much as we think?
I think so. You know what? This is our education segment for the podcast. We're going to learn a little bit about, what is it, quicksand?
The sand that's quick.
Sinkholes.
That's quicksand.
Are they the same thing?
I don't think so. I think quicksand is something we've learned recently that really doesn't exist.
How much quicksand? How much quicksand is there is like the first?
Yes.
Wait, hang on. I'm having deja vu. Have we talked about this on the podcast before?
No,
is that
we've
why?
heard about this.
Okay. I had deja vu that you and I had a conversation about quicksand on the podcast, and I looked up quicksand facts. Please, someone fact check us. I don't know if I'm living in a simulation right now. Have we already talked about quicksand?
Or a guest could have talked about this, and I'm like having a hard time remembering, but it's just like we've had a conversation of quicksand and how it doesn't exist.
How deadly is quicksand?
Don't you hate ads? They take away from the conversation. But you can go ad-free with us at patreon.com/TWND podcast. We create monthly photo sets, host Zoom chats for our dirtbag tiers, and even create short films. We have a wholesome pledge option if you want to show a little support, or dirtbag tier if you want to go all the way with us. We release episodes a day early for all tiers, and each episode is ad-free. So if you want to level up, go to patreon.com/TWND podcast and show your support.
I swear to God, I feel like I have read this before, and I don't understand what's happening right now.
It's a simulation.
We're all in a simulation.
Welcome to the Totally Wholesome Not Dirty Podcast AI.
Welcome back to the Totally Wholesome Not Dirty Podcast. We have no idea what we're doing, but today, two best friends in the business of boobs are bringing you an educational segment on quicksand. How much of it is there? Can you die from it? How likely is your demise from a little quicksand in the ground? Is your entire childhood a lie? Are we afraid of quicksand for no reason? Is quicksand even real? Stay tuned to learn more.
And word from sponsor.
Yes.
So then we leave them in suspense.
I like that.
Come back. And welcome back.
And welcome back, except for the Patreon members, all of our dirtbag tier and wholesome pledge. You just got to see whatever the fuck just happened. I blacked out. So go to patreon.com/TWND podcast, where you get episodes a day early. If anybody listens to this anymore, who knows? Who cares? We're going to keep doing it.
We still love it.
There's no ads unless you find yourself in an ad placement in one of our short films. I feel like Football Fantasy had so many ad moments thrown in that we didn't really take advantage of. We kind of just spliced it in there.
Kind of like the super...
You can't say that word. David, bleep it. The big game, god damn it. We're going to get sued. Oh, wait, no one listens. It's fine.
You can't say super...
No.
Bleep that again.
All right, so let's learn about quicksand. This is our educational segment. David, play some, like, newscaster educational intro music here. From Britannica. It used to be a standard trope in action movies, although you don't see it as much these days. A patch of apparently solid ground in the jungle that, when stepped on, turns out to have the consistency of old oatmeal. Gross. The unlucky victim starts sinking down into the muck. Struggling only makes it worse. Unless there's a vine to grab a hold of, he or she disappears without a trace. Except maybe a hat floating sadly on the surface. It was a bad way to go. Why is this so loud? Quicksand was probably the #1 hazard faced by silver screen adventurers, followed by decaying rope bridges and giant clams. This is like so much. This guy is like writing too much.
Indiana Jones.
It's too much, and my mic is too loud because I have a very loud voice.
Hi. Hello.
Or maybe it's just maybe it's my headphones are too loud. I feel like I'm like hissing.
Everything was loud.
Do you feel like I'm hissing? Like, I just feel like I'm wheezing on the high notes. Booth boy! He's busy doing real work. Well, fuck off. Does that sound better to you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No. But an internet search for deaths by quicksand won't turn up much. No shit. Like, this is 3 more paragraphs that I skipped just to get to that little bit. Yeah, we understand. That's why we're here. It's like, this is like one of the cooking recipe things. You know what I mean? Like when you look for a recipe and then you get like a whole novel about their life growing up on a farm with 2 parents who hated each other and one was an alcoholic and the other beat them. Like it's just too much. We don't care about the backstory. We're going to skip it anyway and we're going to get more frustrated by the time we get to the recipe. Move along. I should say the same thing to myself right now, but this is a podcast and we have to talk and fill an hour of time. So quicksand, that is sand, behaves like liquid. Yes, we understand. We understand. People and animals, okay, here we go. People and animals can get stuck in it, but they don't get sucked down to the bottom. They float on the surface. Our legs are pretty dense, so they may sink, but the torso contains the lungs and thus is buoyant enough to stay out of trouble.
So you sink, then float.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like I've read this before. I'm having deja vu. Maybe I read this in my sleep. If you do find yourself stuck in quicksand, because the best idea is to lean back, so the weight of your body is distributed over a wider area. I feel like I've known this.
We've known this.
That's crazy. In fact, slow back and forth movements can actually let water into the cavity around a trapped limb, loosening the quicksand's hold. Getting out will take a while. One genuine danger is that a person who is immobilized in quicksand could be engulfed and drowned by an incoming tide. Quicksands often occur in tidal areas, but even these types of accidents are very rare.
I'm confused. Didn't they say jungle and now it's in a tidal area?
I mean, jungles can have tidal areas.
I guess. It meets the ocean.
No, but here's the thing. Then that means that most quicksand is in an area where tides are. So, yes, by an ocean, by a body of water. It has to be the ocean. Lakes don't have tides, not really.
Not really.
Like, where does it go? It's a lake. Anyway, so...
High tide.
I feel like I look like a goblin. I need to lower this. It's a lot. It's just like a lot. Laura,
Yes?
my lips are so dry.
What happened?
I don't know, but I think if you kiss me, it will help.
No!
Well, in lieu of that, I guess I might go to liquidiv.com and use code TWND to save 15% and get free shipping on everything that I purchase. And luckily, I did, because joining us today, we have sugar-free white grape from Liquid IV. If you've never tried Liquid IV before, Laura, do you want to tell them a little bit about what they can find inside one stick of Liquid IV?
Well, one stick of Liquid IV contains all the vitamins and nutrients that you need to really be hydrated, and it has all the B's.
Vitamin B3, B5, B6,
B12,
B12, and
and
vitamin C, which are very, very good for your hydration station, which is your body.
Yes.
So if you think that you might be dehydrated, you probably are. If you're seeing this right now or hearing this, you are probably dehydrated, because a lot of people are. And I like to start my morning, every morning, with one stick of Liquid IV, dissolved in 16 to 18 ounces of water. I just put it in my little tumbler, take it out on my day, and I have it before I even start coffee in the morning.
It's the best. And then this is the sugar-free one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're all so good.
My personal favorite is white peach. I'm just currently out of white peach because I drink it all. But we love Liquid IV, and if you guys want to give it a try, these are perfect for a stocking stuffer, I would think, for the ho-ho holidays, or any time of year, really. I guess you could really have a stocking any time of year, but right now it's Christmas, so consider it in your gift purchases. You can go to liquidiv.com. Use code TWND to save 15% and get free shipping on everything that you purchase. Help the pod, help your hydration, or the hydration of your loved ones. Do you not care about the hydration of the people that you love?
Yes.
Do you want them to walk around all winter with chapped lips?
No.
Depression? Sadness? Those things can come from being dehydrated and just all walks of life, but something that will put a smile on their face is a pack of Liquid IV. So go to liquidiv.com, use code TWND, save 15% on everything that you purchase, and get free shipping. Thank you, Liquid IV, and back to the freaking show.
Ooh. Is that better?
David's like, this is worse. This makes more work for
Oh,
me.
I like that. That
That's
looks
better,
great.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe the top of my head is cut off, but I also slouch, so it should be fine.
No, you're in. You're in like Flynn.
Did you hear my back?
No. Because I have these headphones on, so it's kind of everything's a little bit.
It like reverberated in my headphones, so I didn't know if like...
Have you ever heard somebody's pressure leave their body?
What the fuck
So
are you talking about?
I just witnessed this for my
Tell
first
me.
time. So you know when you're traveling and you go through different elevations and your ears pop? So we were driving to Palm Desert, my boyfriend and I, and we literally... Our ears are popping like nonstop. You know, like when we went to Joshua Tree, same shit. So he like does this thing where he blows.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, and I literally could hear the pressure of his come out his ears.
Oh, that's
It
crazy.
squeaked like a high squeak. I was like, I looked at him and he goes, "Oh, you heard that?" He thought it was just in his head.
That's crazy. I wonder if that happens.
I've never heard anyone else's ear pressure or anything leave their body before like that.
That's crazy.
But he
Like
must
his
have-
ears farted.
Yeah, like a
That's so
tiny
cute.
ear fart.
That's so cute.
And I'm like jealous because I'm like, where's mine? You know?
I want my ears to fart.
It was kind of cool. Maybe
That's
I need to do
cute.
that more. And it was like, hi.
I do it, but I just hear that in my own. Like maybe it's
Yeah, but his was loud enough for me to hear it, I guess. Maybe
Yeah,
yours
that's
is
crazy.
very, very, very small. I don't know.
Maybe I got small ear holes.
Maybe.
You get the ringing in your ears. What do they call it? The tinnitus or something? That's probably not the right word. I'm not a doctor, just a whore. So, do you get those though?
Yes.
Yeah.
I get ringing. I get like
Do you ever get it where you're just having a normal conversation or just like existing in the world and there's ambient sound that you don't really pay attention to, and then one ear just like stops working?
like fully where you can't
Like
hear?
it's weird. Like it will be almost like a buzzing, like but not buzzing. So it's weird because it's like absence, but then you're hearing other stuff, and then I'll just like yawn or like have to massage up here, and I'll panic, and I'll just like start playing with my ears, and then eventually it just comes back out of nowhere. It's weird. It's like someone hit like a half mute button.
I guess I kind of had that before, but like then you normally like panic and think like it's gonna be stuck. So I'll just like jump in the steam shower and just start breathing steam and hopefully like make that like loosen, or I don't know what it's from. I'm like,
I like to stand in the shower, like plug my nose and close my eyes and just let hot water pour over my head
and loosen everything up.
Yeah, and I'll just sit there and I'll like massage like the sides of my temples, and like the fact that guys can take such short showers where my lisp came back in. Here we go. Let's have some fun. My brain is shutting down as we speak. I was thinking about the shower though. Like, how do you not just take so long in the shower? It's like a whole
I love
experience
the shower.
for me. I could live in the shower.
The shower is nice.
You could just sit in there and not have to think, and the water is just pouring.
And
over
if you have
and
those
it's
little
so hot.
shower steamies.
I love the shower steamies.
Me too.
They're so good.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go check them out. Like Amazon has
Yeah.
them. They're like those little like eucalyptus or whatever.
We should make our
scent,
own shower
lavender.
steamies.
Yeah. How do you do that?
I don't know. We could look it up. and
Yeah,
we'll start making our
DIY.
own.
I mean, shit. We should be making our own steamies.
Yeah.
What scent would you make if you could make your own shower steamy?
Butt sex.
Didn't we order that for our
'cause
air
that's where-
freshener?
Isn't that the best place to do it? Is in the shower?
Yeah. Wait. Butt sex? In case.
Just in case.
Wow. We got the hose here.
What would you name it?
What would I make it smell like?
No, names. Just names. I thought we were going off of...
No, I was like, if we're making our own steamies, we can make it smell like anything.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay. So
I was like, how do you make it smell like butt sex? But also,
see, okay, this is
that's also why
why we need to do it, because you're thinking of scents. I'm just thinking of names. I'm thinking of like when you go to a sushi restaurant and it's like hot orgy threesome, and it's just like a spicy like tuna roll or something. Do you know what I mean? So you just have like nice smelling bath
what
steamers.
sushi places are you going to?
I'll have to take you there. It's good. But it's so funny because a lot of sushi places
Orgy threesome.
Dude, I'm not kidding. There's a few places in Vegas
Oh, I know.
that I've gone to, and they just have like the most ridiculous names for the sushi, and
You're not
I go
lying.
just to pick off the names. Like when I used to just pick wine off of the pretty bottles and just do it for the names of the sushi.
It's the 69 roll.
Yeah. So many. It just cracks me up. Anyway, I don't know what we're talking
We were
about.
talking about what I would name mine, but
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking scents. So, what would I name mine? You said butt sex. I'd put mine like dumpster fire.
I like dumpster fire.
It would smell like marshmallows.
Ooh, a marshmallow steamer.
S'mores.
That would slap. I would get so hungry. You- and usually though, when I'm taking a shower is when I'm stoned, because it's the best way to take a shower.
That's that's a given. You have to be high in the shower. It's so much better. It's like sex.
I discovered high showers in the last house. Like, never done it before. And I was just standing there, and it was like a little square shower that you stepped into. I don't know if you remember or if you saw it
I
there
never
before.
saw your shower. I don't think. How did I not see your shower? I don't even remember your room.
I can barely remember. I remember it from photos.
I don't think I was in your room ever.
Yeah, you were that one time.
Never.
That one time.
Well, besides that, I was like blindfolded. Doesn't count. I was not taped up. I was roped up.
No, also
like
taped.
like you were on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that was great. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/TWND podcast. Also, when we get to 55 paid subscribers, and I like to specify paid because some people subscribe for free, which is like, that's cool and we appreciate, but like, why? You can't see anything, which is very unfortunate for you.
But you're subscribed, so we thank you. However,
those who are subscribed.
take it to the next level.
Yeah, because they don't count if they're not paid. But once we reach 55, fruit by the foot, eaten off of Laura's foot. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's exciting. We had something for 100 too, didn't we?
Yeah, it was you queefing. I'm not gonna forget, and you better not either.
I know it's right.
You're gonna
in my
queef
notes
for the Patreon.
So
the patrons.
Once we reach 100 paid subscribers, I'll be queefing for the patrons.
Yes.
You have to do it for the people who support you. And to be honest, I've done it for free.
Yeah.
For Josh Potter's podcast.
You did it for me too.
I did it for you.
You didn't let me look.
Although for that, it was for me to calm down, which is a weird way to make me calm down. But you knew the way.
Did it work?
It did.
Good.
Yeah. Until that other thing happened, but that's besides the point. The point is, I queef for Laura, and she thinks it's good enough to share with you all. So.
It is good enough. It's really actually, it was an honor. I was like, queef, damn it! You're not moving from this spot till you queef. It was very aggressive. Yeah, very aggressive. Not cool.
Oh,
but,
I was thinking too, because like you guys were so cute at Joshua Tree, you and Carlo. Like, and every time, like when we had like Thanksgiving dinner and all this stuff, like it's just so like cute.
Yeah.
And he always
thank you.
Looks at you like so sweet, and even when you're not looking. And I notice because I'm a pervert and I watch everyone, and I just take in everyone's facial expressions so I can figure out what's going on.
Aww.
And he just looks at you with like such this like,
and I'm all high and just in my own little world. It's probably why he does that.
But he just like looks at you so lovingly. It's cute. And I was thinking of like first dates. Because I know that we both kind of started off our relationship like by just going over and attacking them and then leaving.
Yes.
Which I guess works because they're like,
this bitch
come
is
back.
Crazy. We want more. We want more. We want more. We were like, we're done.
And I was just wondering because like didn't have like what I would consider a first date until like time later. So you guys I'm sure had your first, and I was just wondering like what it was and how fun it was.
I want to know too, actually, because now that you bring it up that way, I remember our first interaction. I remember continuing to hang out, but it was us just literally like hanging out.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Like it was so casual, but also like fun and romantic, but not like it was like we were just best friends for a while, you know, and then it turned into a relationship because he did travel a lot more then when I first met him. So I think I kind of like we took things slower, but we were still interested in each other because he would be gone for like 3 months at a time. And how can you like really get like with Simon when you were there it goes, when you guys were dating long distance, it's like you can't like, you know, see them every day, obviously, but you can still like have like those conversations and text all the time. And
because I think that's what was awesome is that like, and I think I remember even like saying this to you because you had started to do my makeup more and stuff, and I was like, it's actually cool to have like that initial attraction and like all the tension and blah blah blah, but then you can't just like fuck your way through it like instantly, which I know is, and that's like hard for me to resist doing. So actually having to like take the time to continue investing and getting to know someone even when you're not actually physically together is like, because it could have been a situation where it's like, oh, this person has zero substance to me, And I just wasted all this time like fucking around because it was just that initial like, oh, you know what I mean?
The lust.
So, and like lust is awesome, but it's also like when you don't have access to that all right away, there is the buildup of like, well, we already had this like amazing interaction. So who are you as a person? And is that worth that? Otherwise, you can find that anywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. And that's actually like a building block that I think really helped actually have a good relationship.
Yeah. Oh, no, totally. And like, we had that. That was different than I've had from any other relationships.
Yeah. Every other relationship, I feel like, has just been like, well, haven't had too many, but it's always kind of like you're just hot and heavy.
Yeah.
And then either all of a sudden you're not doing it anymore, or you're in like a 10-year abusive relationship. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like
manipulation.
Yeah, where it's kind of just like it goes so fast that it's almost like you reach like a 5-year mark or even like a 5-month mark and you're just like, wait a minute.
I had this.
How did I get here? Like, is this even something I consented to, or did it just like evolve so rapidly that I just realized I had just allowed myself to be led like wherever it was going to go without really thinking about it?
Yeah, I used to have this like 2-year period or 2-year mark that I felt like I was like constantly like, it was like the breaking point of every relationship. Nothing ever really lasted more than 2 years. And then I got to this one that like lasted like 9.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit. And then it was like, okay, time to keep moving it along.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I don't really have a track record, but I felt like 2 years was a mark for a lot of things. Like my jobs, I would change it up, and then my relationships, I would change it up.
Yeah. I was actually just feeling that the other day about like the change up.
Yeah.
Because I understand like all that. It's like even when I was a kid, I would like get bored of my room.
Yeah.
And I would just rearrange my room. Like, there's only so many ways you could arrange this room. It was very small, like, and I'm dragging shit around. Like, I've always just been, like, moving shit. And I used to have the glow-in-the-dark stars.
Yeah, me too.
And I put them up in the constellations, and I would rotate them with the seasons. So I would take them all down.
Accurately?
Oh, I'm so disarmed. I just, like, had them. I was like, that's a lot of effort, because I did that for many years.
Holy shit, I just made them do whatever. But you were doing the constellations.
I remember like going to the library and getting books on like constellations and stuff because I thought it was cool.
It is cool.
But then I would like, then I would move them around the ceiling. I'd move around my bedroom. And even like in my last relationship, it's like, I would really consider this my choice. I feel like we'd always move like thinking like, and I'd get excited about a move because I'm like, maybe this will be the place where things start to make sense. Maybe this will stop whatever's going on with him. Maybe this will be the change, and I'll get excited about it. And now this is the longest I've ever lived in Vegas. And I'm just like getting itchy. Like I want to start painting the walls for no reason. Like I want to get a tattoo. Maybe I'll get 5. I don't know. I feel like I'm like
something's
at
about
this
to
moment.
happen.
Yes, where I feel like where's the next page? Like what are these things need to do? Like we just feel like stuck, and we were talking about that before. But I feel like I just need something to change, and I don't know what it is.
Or something to begin, like another thing. Like
oh God, no, I can't do it anymore.
I know.
Oh,
but when is it to a point where you are like, this is too much? I don't think there is one.
I don't know.
I don't think there is one. Because it's like, you just adapt.
Yeah, it's always adapting. I just feel like it's like, it's sometimes the point of like,
I don't think we're ever fulfilled with what we're fully doing until we get to that.
Until we're dead.
Until we die.
I shared a meme, and it was like... what did it say? It was like, it won't be this way forever. Someday you'll be dead.
Yeah. Also, I've seen a meme recently where it was like, never get in the way of a person rearranging their room alone.
Oh, that's me.
Like the like fury like of a person moving around their furniture alone. Yeah, that shit's a lot.
I was telling my man the other day, I was like, I'm gonna change around the whole bedroom, and he's like, oh, I know. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you've just been acting a certain way, and the measuring tapes was a thing. He came back from work one night, and I'm on the bedroom floor with a measuring tape.
I have an idea.
Out.
Yeah.
I'm measuring out, will this fit here? What could I move? How could I do this stuff? And I'm like manic, like on my hands and knees, just like, you know, pen in my mouth, just writing down measurements. All right, this one's going to be here. And I was like, yeah, it just needs to change. Something needs to
I have an idea.
Sorry.
What if you like, you know how you really don't like the makeup mirror right now?
I want to smash it into a million pieces.
What if you made like I mean, I know you need this as an extra room. Not this, that. What if you made that like a glam area? Something new, something different, still keep some sort of sleeping quarter. What if you got like a futon?
What if I got a Murphy bed?
Yes. So when people
Hang
come,
on.
I know.
Writing this
Isn't this
down.
exciting? And you can move that makeup zone out of your bedroom, and then you can make a new little fun area, like maybe like sex swing.
Tell me more. About
Maybe like some sort of cool like kinky area, like on that wall where your makeup area is in your bedroom now. Some like Dom's shit.
I'm gonna be having so much fun.
Yes.
Murphy bed, makeup room.
Yeah, you know, like just to change it up a bit.
Because I've been thinking, this isn't even like a podcast anymore. This is just me like planning.
No, this is.
Well, I guess it is because we're supposed to be talking about content creation.
And we're
so
letting you guys in on our secrets.
sometimes I don't even know what the show is, and sometimes when we're recording it, I forget that we're recording it. But I guess it really just see, that's the thing that I felt like I lost with the podcast. Like, what is it? What are we doing? And I starting to overthink things, especially with like guests and
We don't,
like, what do we have to do with this? But the whole reason that this started was to just like have fun and to talk about content creation. And I guess like changing up the space that I never leave my house is content creation.
Yeah.
Right. So I've just been feeling like, because I used to have a different house all the time because we moved so much, I would always have a new space to set up and be something like that. But like, I reached that point and I'm like, I really just need to do that here, because otherwise I'm going to be like, I have to move and I don't want to move.
no, yeah, it's not
even
it's
like
not
moving a
easy to
house.
move like that either.
But it's like, I like the challenge. So why not turn the challenge inside? Like, I'm getting rid of like a desk. I got a whole art desk, and thank you so much to the person who bought it for me, but it needs to go. And the reason is, I have all the best intentions with an art desk.
Mm-hmm.
It stores some supplies, but not enough supplies, because I have so much art supplies that it ends up just in a little cabinet, completely filled from top to bottom with art supplies. And I like it to look clean and neat, but it started to overflow with things, and then it just started to capture things. And I realized that when I draw, when I paint, I find a random area that I feel good in, and that's where I do it. And it's never like in a corner at an art desk.
Yeah.
Because it feels like running on a treadmill.
Trapped.
Like you're not going anywhere, you're not seeing anything. And it's like, well, sometimes I want to sit in this little chair, and sometimes I want to lay on my stomach on the floor, and it's never like, you know? So I was like, so it's just taking up space. So we could use that whole space as a new shoot area.
Yeah.
And if I change around the bedroom slightly, then my content stuff will feel fresh to me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I love the green wall, but the green wall, here's the thought. The green wall gets fully extended. The bed isn't on that side anymore.
Yep.
The bed is switched over to the other wall. TV, gone. Haven't turned on the TV in the bedroom in a year. So you know the sex is good. And
Yes.
and so it was like, well, why don't I need this? So I'll sell the TV or something. Like, it's so old now and I don't fucking use it. And who gives a fuck? Who needs a TV in the bedroom? I don't. I have sex in the bedroom. That's where daddy fucks. So we don't need that. So, but what you're saying is just like changing up the space, so we could have a space here. We could have a more enclosed spot here.
And a new spot for us to like do our
Yeah.
like glam sessions and everything.
Oh my God. Okay, if I get the things ready, we could film us putting up and
The room.
putting together these new rooms for Patreon.
Yo, what you think about that? Boom, mic drop.
I'm writing
Mic
this down.
Drop.
Everyone's like, this is a
baby.
terrible idea. Nobody wants this.
I mean, just saying. Do I have any great, like...
I think it's actually a good idea, though, because it's like, it kind of shows how much work that we already put into things. And
It's
also,
just
if we have more space open and available, then using things like green screens sometimes, but the backdrops and stuff like that is going to be so much easier to put together. Because I've been feeling like everything is just, and we've accumulated a lot of like good set pieces and stuff, but now the closets are unorganized and they were organized.
Things need to be reset.
It's literally a point with me that why is my hand doing this? I'm like, it's literally a point with me because I'm autistic. But if things are like not organized correctly, or it's like it's partially organized but there's nowhere for the rest of it to fit, and then I get overwhelmed thinking like, well, what kind of new storage should I buy? Should I offload some of the stuff? But then what if we need it next year for... And I get so overwhelmed that I reach this point that I can't do anything,
and then I just do this,
and then my body shuts down, like the other day when my body was just like
okay, I'm going through my notes and I have one thing here. She puff and she puff and she blow it back in.
For some reason, as you said that,
She puff and she puff.
I picture a girl blowing, like sucking on a joint twice and then blowing it into a gaping butthole. I don't know why. That is what was in my head when you said that.
I don't know why it's in my notes.
That's so random.
Yeah. That was in there.
Oh, here's the funny thing. So being in that state of like, I'm stuck, I can't like function enough to do anything. Like I have things that I've just been having on the list to do and I just feel like I can't do them. I was doing my makeup this morning for this, just trying to be like, I need to look presentable even though I didn't sleep for shit last night. And
because you were in a coma.
The mirror doesn't turn on unless it's like 85 degrees in the house. I don't know what it is. Like 2 little light bulbs will be on. It's not enough to do your makeup. Or so I thought. Because I like to get close when I do my eyes. And I use that little, what they call the magnification mirror, back and forth. I just noticed one little smudge on it. So I just took a Windex and like wiped it off. It's the clearest I could have ever seen. I think I might not have cleaned that mirror for 3 months.
It was so dusty or dirty.
Just like dusty, just like a film of dust. It's like so fine that you can't really tell that it's like dirty. But I'm like getting a headache like doing my eye makeup. I do one little swipe and I was like, okay, I've not been in a good place because I usually do the mirrors every week. This is not okay. So that was an indicator of my mental health.
Damn. Well, it sounds like it's giving...
It's giving change.
Yeah, it's giving a cleanse.
It's giving Voorhees.
Giving Voorhees. Totally. But it sounds like, the page is turning and things are getting a little clearer.
Yeah.
Literally.
I feel like I got down on like... when we got like all the shadow banning stuff that's been happening, and then I feel like I really depressoed when we got demonetized, and then I was like, well, I don't even know how I'm gonna keep doing stuff, or then I was panicking about like, well, what do we do next, and how do we,
what's the next,
and I just
project?
I lost the fun in it. And that's not good because fun is the most important thing.
Well, that is the only reason why we do this, is because of the fun now. So if like, I understand all that because that's like one lashing after another.
Yeah.
And then like, just like the whole thing with like, I feel like with Instagram too, like a lot of people are talking about not using it as much. You know what I mean? So maybe something's coming that we have no idea what's coming. Yeah. And that's that part of like the whole like, well, we're here. We're hanging in there. And we're literally doing this because of the pleasure that it gives us. That's the only reason. I come
every episode right in this spot.
Me too. And so does our camera.
Oh, it's off again. Sorry. At least we have our face cams. Sony. 30 minutes. It's cold as fucking here. Like
it is. If my bra wasn't padded, you would see a nipple.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You can probably see my nipples right now. Can you see them? Can you see my nipples? This is how we get our subscribers back up.
David, zoom in.
No, go to the Patreon.
Would you like a Sour Patch?
Sure. But yeah, like that is the thing, is like fun. And I feel like there's just been too many things going on lately that has made it hard to have fun in general.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but this should be the most fun out of all of that. And I'm getting too in my head about things. And then just people and, the situations that we don't talk about here because they involve other people. There's just a lot.
Yeah.
I
hear you. Wow, I've never seen these.
They're so
What
dumb.
are these? Oh, they're just bites.
Bitch, I was so mad.
Oh my gosh.
I almost selected at the store because I didn't read because I don't know how. Not so sour punch bites. I was like, what's the fucking point?
Wait, by the same brand?
Mm-hmm. Like, not so. So they weren't sour. I was like, what's the point? What's the goddamn point?
Were they a little less sour?
I wasn't going to buy them and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Daddy ain't going to waste my money.
These are bomb.
Y'all know how much I love making content, and one of the most important things for quality videos is lighting. But who wants the same old boring ring light? You can upgrade from basic to adorable at kawaiilighting.com with code TWND for 10% off. This podcast is lit by Kawaii Lighting's star-shaped ring light. There are also heart and kitty cat options to make you feel as cute as these lights look. Kawaii Lighting has many RGB options, which you'll have seen used in many of my videos and photos. Don't be basic. Stand out with Kawaii Lighting by using code TWND to save 10% and help support this wholesome pod. Let them know we sent you.
Ooh. This isn't like an Australia candy, is it? I'm like, once I get in love with a new thing, I need to have access to it.
Should we talk about,
Yes.
sorry, I'm choking on a Sour Patch Kid. The fact that I broke my sobriety.
Yes? You mean your relapse?
My relapse happened on the plane.
That was insane.
On the way home.
Holy shit.
On the way home from Hawaii. So, I got upgraded. Yay for me. And I was so excited. I was like, I've never flown up here before. I feel like an old person who can afford it. And I've been flying a lot. You got those miles and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's good. So, but I sit down and this guy goes, would you like some sparkling water? That's what I heard. I was very thirsty because I get dehydrated at airports, probably just because I'm so stressed out and I can't stop drinking. I need to have a drink. So I was like, sparkling water, fuck yeah. I take the sparkling water, I chug half of it, and my face, I was like, it was gone. I drank it. It was already down. There was nothing I could do. I was like, that is sparkling wine. That is not sparkling water. I text you and Kay. I just broke my sobriety accidentally.
Bitch.
And it was to the point I was like, it tasted so bad. And I used to just fucking guzzle any kind of wine, but it tasted so bad. And I was like, I'm just sitting there. And the steward, or whatever you call them, the flight attendant, whatever, he must have seen my face because this was his face. And he like runs down the aisle towards me. He's like, I'm so sorry. Did you think I said sparkling water? I was like, And then so he goes and gets me actual sparkling water.
He was like, oh, fuck.
I felt so bad because I was like, oh, I just wasted this shit. But yeah, so accidentally broke my sobriety. I'm not restarting my clock though because that was not intentional and I didn't like it.
You were tricked.
And I accidentally consented without realizing. So that was terrible. But it just re-cemented the feeling that I've had about quitting and how it feels really good to not drink.
And I was like, dude, there was 2 bottles at the hotel. You could have broke sobriety then.
Right.
And I'm actually today 57 days
Well, fuck yeah.
alcohol free, which is great. I feel good. My body feels stronger, like as far as like my immune system, because like Carlo's been traveling a lot this year, and he's gotten like sick twice, and it's
Yeah.
only March. Or is it March?
When this comes out, it's March, I think.
So I'm a little ahead because I'm like, all right, this month's done pretty much. So yeah, and I'm like, you've been gone 3 times, like traveling, and you've been sick twice. What does that show you? Or like, obviously he's really busy too, working. So I'm like, people need to take breaks, like you. You guys need to take breaks. And if you don't time, your body will shut you down. Yeah. And that's the way it shut him down too. Because trust me, he had like things planned.
Yeah.
And he didn't do any of it because he couldn't physically. Yeah. He was sick.
It's like that point that I'm like, I don't even think I've been sick. It's like I was saying to you. It's like my body is just like, no more.
Yeah, like it's time
Stop
out.
It.
Yeah, and so it's like, but for him it was like sick. So I'm like thinking, well, the traveling, being around thousands of people. You know,
I'm saying if I was around people, I would probably be very, very sick.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good thing I don't go anywhere.
And I think because of the no drinking,
helping boost that, I think that's
I've
true.
been around him when he's sick, and I haven't gotten sick. Knock on wood, wherever it is.
When I used to drink, I would get sick all the time. Like I had strep throat all the time.
Not
all
fun.
the time.
Not fun.
Like just always some kind of like just general unwellness.
Yeah. The only thing I've had was that stomach bug, and that sucked.
Yeah.
And allergies, but we all get that because season change and wind.
I gotta get some Sudafed or Claritin that isn't expired.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The expire. Well, don't take my word for this. I'm not a doctor, but I think the expiration date just changes like the efficacy of the drug. Like I don't think it's gonna harm me. I haven't felt harmed by it.
No, it won't harm. I don't think it just. Yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't work as well.
Or work at all.
Yeah, it's just like a placebo.
You're like, I can breathe now.
It's been nice that it's been slightly getting warmer because I need to shave the dogs. I can't keep living like this. Like I think that I have more Julia hair in my lungs.
I thought you were gonna say I need to shave just you, and I'm like, why can't you shave?
I did that today, like so smooth.
Yes.
I felt good.
She's
to
like
shave.
a dolphin now.
Sometimes it's like I think I've mentioned this before, but like I'm like a sim, and like someone just forgot to like bathe me, like to wash me and make me feel good, and it was me.
Self-care, yeah, self-care.
Yeah, just more baths sitting in my own filth. Oh my god. So the other night I ran a bath because I was like I'm gonna relax, and then I got distracted by laundry, dishes. Like all these things, and I just got into the zone, and then I made a cake. And this bath just ran cold. Like I remembered about it.
You made a cake. What kind? What kind of cake did you make?
It was an oat cake.
Ooh.
It's like a protein oat cake.
Nice.
So I ran back, and I'm like, oh no, the bath has it overflowed. Like the oat cake doesn't take long to make. It's like a whole thing. But it was that point that I realized I was like, oh no. So then I just wasted a whole bath, and then I felt terrible.
Wait, you didn't leave it running the whole time? Like running water? Yes?
Yes.
So you overflowed your tub?
No.
Oh.
Amazing tub. Didn't have this knowledge. Starts sucking the water down through a little thingy because I've never had that happen. And I felt.
Are you serious?
I felt so terrible. I put myself in such a bad mood. I was just like, you fucking waste, because I just got distracted.
But that's an amazing tub.
It's
Shout
an amazing
out to the tub.
But I felt so fucking wasteful that I felt so much shame for like 2 days. That's why I didn't shower. I'm like, I've wasted too much.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. One time our garden hose was running for about 2 days. But there was like some sort of like leak or something, because when you would tighten it to close it, it wouldn't like stop dripping, and it was like more than a drip.
Yeah.
So the hose was just like going for like 2 days, and that was bad. That was really, and so I felt the guilt.
Yeah.
Of the water usage. I was like, the water company's gonna come after us.
Because I just wanted to relax and have a bath, and then I couldn't even allow myself to do that and go check the fucking bath. But speaking of baths, did I ever tell you that was a note that said my brain is like a ping pong machine? We're ping ponging and bing bong, and that's how my brain goes. So, but did I tell you about the bath that was like a hot tub in a hotel that I overflowed?
I think so. Remind me, please.
So, it was just like, you know, like when have you ever gone to the middle of the country, like middle America?
Not really.
It's an interesting place. So
I've never
drove
stayed
during pandy times. Oh, I pulled it away. Hang on. I really need to quit
Pandy?
this. During pandy times, I drove across the country for my mom's wedding because I didn't want to fly. It was all craziness back then, back in the day. So I drove all the way from Vegas to Michigan by myself. Somebody bailed at the time. It was really cool. So ended up staying in this hotel. I can't even remember which, corn country land state it was, but it ended up looking like this random lodge. Like, because I would just like buy a hotel as I was knowing what city I was going to stop in, essentially. And I was like,
YOLO.
It was like a log cabin-y hotel looking thing. And then the room that I got randomly had a hot tub in it, like a spa tub that was next to the bed. There was like a little step going up to it, and it was like really old. Like it looked like a place that they would have shot porn in the 80s or 70s. And I was like, this is fucking sick. But I'd been driving all day. I was like, I'll take like a nice little tub and I'll like record it and stuff. It'll be cool. I could not for the life of me figure out where any of the controls were. And I was like, how does this even work? So I started filling up the tub, put the little bubbles in it, and then I was like, okay, so how do the jets start? Is it like automatically? I'm leaning over, I'm finding stuff. All of a sudden the jets randomly turn on. I was like, okay, cool. So it must be like on a timer.
Yeah.
Once it reaches a certain height of water, like this place was advanced enough to have anything like that. That's just what my brain thought. And the bubbles just kept getting bigger and bigger because the jets make the bubbles get bigger. And I couldn't figure out how I was like regarding the tub, I was like, the bubbles just keep rising. It's like a mountain of bubbles. And I was moving all over trying to figure out how to turn off the jets. So water starts coming over the side because bubbles are now trailing down the side of the spa tub onto the floor. I call the front desk. I'm like, please, I don't know what I've done. I was just trying to run the tub. The jets won't stop. And I don't know how they even turned on in the first place. I'm panicking. And the guy's like, it's a touch sensitive button that looks like a label that's on the edge of the tub. So when I was leaning over trying to find the controls, I must have bumped it with my hand because it just looked like the brand name of the tub or something.
Yeah, like very small.
But it's touch sensitive. There's nothing on the forms on the table, like the little information that says touch this to turn on the tub. I just accidentally turned on and then I'm overflowing bubbles all over this hotel room.
Oh my gosh. So what happened in the end?
Well, I ended up, because I just like slammed it down and the bubble stopped. So then I just had to wait for like the bubbles to go down because it was a lot.
So like, was there like any like fees that you had to pay at the end of this stay? Like,
No.
was it like luckily
No, I'm
like
sure it's probably happened before. And I'm like, it must have. Otherwise, I feel like there wasn't really damage or anything. It's just like maybe the edge of the carpet got a little wet. But like,
yeah,
people probably pee on that carpet too. So it's like,
it's the same.
same. Better that it's soapy water. Clean it up a little.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was panicking so hard because it was like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would have too. I actually overflowed a tub in a hotel room too once, but it was like a total accident. Like I just left it on and I forgot. Also, like probably watching TV and then oh shit, and then it was like flowing into the room. No bubbles, luckily, but it was just a shit ton of water, and I was afraid that. Because, like, it wasn't dry by morning.
Yeah.
And I had taken all the towels to, like, because it was, like, for some reason, outside of this hot tub thing or jacuzzi tub, there was literally just carpet. It wasn't, like,
Ooh.
any sort of, like, tile or any sort
That's
of,
a
like,
bad
laminate
plan.
floor or anything. So I was, like, it was soaked.
yeah,
like, puddles.
The place that happened to me, at least there was like the two tiles between that and the carpet, so a little got on the carpet, but nothing like crazy.
This was bad.
And I called down too to be like, do you want someone to come like look at this? They're like, no, it's fine. So I was like, okay, I guess it's all right. That must have happened before. But I didn't want anyone to come up to the room because I had a GoPro
yeah.
stuck on the wall, like angled down at the tub, so that you
They
could
would
see
have
the whole
known.
tub. I have like this little mini light set up. Like I had all this stuff like set out. I was like, I don't really want them coming up here.
You're like, not now, please.
Yeah.
Of all the times, thank you. Like, we're good. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think I ended up getting some sort of fee for it
Is
being
that the
wet.
worst? Is that the worst thing that ever happened to you at a hotel? Like,
Yeah.
because
much.
I told you about Ein eating the wall.
No? What? Ate a wall?
Yeah, dude.
How do you even begin?
I had him for all of like a couple weeks, right? And we ended up staying at this hotel. And I put him in the bathroom because I had to take a phone call or something like that. And came back in. You think that as a puppy, he might have chewed the corner of a wall, right? Like a little corner that was sticking out. Because there was one of those. No damage on that. But his face was covered in plaster. There was a hole in the center of the wall, like right at face height. It looked like he had just smashed his face into the wall and then started chewing out the sides of it. And I didn't have I was broke. I didn't have like money to repair a hotel wall.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was just like in shock. Like he had little chunks of it hanging from his mouth, like on his neck for.
Gosh.
Just looked so happy. He was like, look what I did.
He was a puppy?
Yes. He was little.
How?
He was like this big. I know. I don't even know. It was like I had so much shock. I was like, do I tell someone? Do I whatever? But because he was a puppy. Because he's a puppy, he's low to the ground. I just put the trash can that was like standing out from the wall against the wall.
Did they charge you for it?
Nope. Never saw anything. I was like, thank God I can't afford
That's amazing.
But it was
The housekeeper
I was
saw
like,
it, was
how?
just like, I'm gonna put this right back.
Yeah, I was like, just how though? I don't understand.
What? That little
It was a
rascal.
dog room, so maybe they just expect that or something. I don't know. Maybe they heard my partner at the time yelling at me through the walls, and they were like, let's just leave it. Let's just not.
No.
She has enough on her plate.
Let's face it, it is just the world's tiniest glory hole.
Yeah.
Smallest,
Aw.
shortest.
Teeny little glory hole. Oh, I was thinking about that. That's a video that I want to make. Glory Ghost. Where it's like just like it's just a sheet. Like with the little eyes cut out for Halloween. But then it's just a hole.
Put it in your notes.
I already
Is it
do.
in
Yeah,
Glory
it's in my
Ghost?
notes. Yeah. Like you never
genius.
know who's on the other side of the sheet. Boo.
Not Boo the ferret.
Not Boo the ferret. The ferret comes through. Just wants a kiss.
We're sorry. We're sorry. No animals were harmed in this.
No.
Well, I have something exciting to bring on the pod.
Yes.
But I'm not going to spill the beans yet, guys. But stay tuned for the next episode because we're going to read some interesting stuff for you all.
Yes.
From a source that we received.
Yes, we have received a good inside source on things that you will want to hear more about. But before we go, I have one more thing that I wanted to talk about, and then we will wrap up. Have you seen the trend of people who are like, we don't wear shoes anymore? We choose a barefoot life?
I've only seen those people that wear those shoes that have like no sole and it looks like a sock. But I have not seen shoeless people.
Yeah, it's like this whole, because everybody wants to be famous for something. For this, I don't know why you'd want to be. That's disgusting. Especially like if you're in a city, they're talking about like going to grocery stores and shit. Like, we just want to feel connected to the earth and blah. It's like, well, feel connected like in your own backyard or something. Like, why at like a fucking Albertsons?
Are these the people that consider it earthing?
I don't know. I just
I've
know
heard of
that
that.
it's terrible. And I saw a video of this couple who were like, we've chosen the barefoot life, and some of you have suggested to us that if we just look like we're wearing shoes, then the establishments won't be mad that we're not wearing shoes.
How do you
So they were talking about they have like a $5,000 shoe collection or some crazy amount price of shoes, and they just made a video cutting off all of the soles of these perfectly good shoes. And it made me so mad. Let me see if I can find it. I want to show it to you.
So they kept all their shoes that they owned, except for they had no soles?
Yeah, check this out. Let me see if I can find it.
I am shook.
I know.
Shooketh.
Makes me mad.
All those shoes.
Cutting off.
I was thinking they were like painting on shoes on their feet.
No.
Because that would make sense. I'm just going to draw my shoes off.
Here we go.
decided to start walking barefoot, and one of our followers had a great idea. Since some businesses don't want us being completely barefoot, if we cut off the bottom of our shoes, it'll allow us to be barefoot but blend in with everyone else. This is a huge commitment, but we were willing to make it. These are our favorite shoes. Our shoe collection is worth more than $20,000, but this is a sacrifice we're willing to take because walking barefoot means the world to us. The benefits of walking barefoot are priceless, and now our shoes are worth more than money could ever be. So today we got to work and started removing the bottoms. We weren't sure if this was going to be easy or hard, and it ended up being pretty easy. We made little shelves where our toes are and our heels are. We made a little lip on the bottom of the shoe where our toenails will go so they can latch on, so we'll actually be able to hold on to the shoe while trying to walk without the bottom. And we did the same thing for our heels. The experience of cutting off the bottoms of our shoes was very freeing and detoxifying, just like walking barefoot is. So after we cut the bottoms off, we decided to try it out. So we went to our favorite store, Sephora, and as you know, they don't really like us in here without shoes. I needed to grab a few things for a trip we're going on. The experience was absolutely perfect. The workers came up to us, they talked to us, they even complimented our shoes. I definitely recommend this if you're trying to go incognito barefoot. It's the perfect way to get all the benefits of going barefoot, but also have no one know. My husband and I have removed the bottom.
Hold on. Their feet
Yep.
were not even dirty.
Don't buy
How?
it. I don't buy it. So maybe they just bring baby wipes with them, like we do. Like when sometimes my feet are dirty,
Before they
and then we
video?
cheat it right before the. But here's the thing, right? You have this shoe collection that you say is worth over $20,000. Why not keep the shoes in case someday you decide to be a normal, sane person and just wear coverings on your feet? Until then, display them, donate them, give them to someone in need, fucking sell them. Make the money back, and then buy just shoes from Goodwill and cut the bottoms off of those.
Thank you.
What are we doing?
Thank you.
What are we doing?
What are we
Why?
doing? Ruining actual shoes.
Ruining actual shoes that people could use. And just for the sake, and it's like also, why do you have to posture and say how much they're worth? It's like literally just being like, look at us fucking cut up 20 grand. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
We don't want to wear shoes. It's like, then
It's so
why do you have to make a
important
video
to
about
us. It's so important to us.
And also, like, by the time that you're making these videos, right, you're wanting to get attention from them. You want to go viral for them. You think that people just won't start recognizing you in their establishment and being like, those are the barefoot people who are tracking fucking shit all over and we don't want that around, and then you can't go there anyway. And then you'll probably get a video talking about how it's discrimination against people who don't want to wear shoes.
Yeah.
I hate people so much.
That is the stupidest thing I've seen. I literally have no respect for that at all. I'm like, why?
Disrespect.
Did you see the shoes fly around on top of their foot?
Yeah, it doesn't even look likely at all. It doesn't look believable. Like, no one's going to look at that and be like, like, those are normal shoes. They're going to be like, the fuck is wrong with your shoes? And why are your feet on the ground?
I need to know why it's so good to walk around barefoot.
It's not.
Why?
Unless you're trying to prep your toes for a sub who wants to lick the dirt off
That's
of
what
them.
I'm thinking. Is this is all for like their OnlyFans, so that their
Do they?
feet fans are all like just.
Do they have an OnlyFans? Let's find out.
That is.
Let me see. Do you have an OnlyFans? I'm sure there has to be one somewhere. Don't know.
Walking barefoot helps improve pre-hypertension by increasing parasympathetic activity, which balances the autonomic nervous system.
Okay, even if that's true though, it's like why does it have to be? I like to do it even in nature, in grass. Like when you're out in nature, somewhere
Yeah.
away from things, it's like, of course. I'll even sometimes walk to the mailbox and then I wash my fucking
beach?
feet. But not at a fucking shopping center. I would rather die. That
Not
sounds
in
so
my
disgusting.
our favorite store, Sephora, where a lot of these brands actually don't like do things ethically, anyways. You know,
Just ridiculous.
whatever.
I don't know. It bothers me. Anyway, if you want to hear us rant about more stuff and make videos and see ads, see no ads. I know what I'm talking about. Don't worry. My brain is on the way out. patreon.com/TWND podcast. Please subscribe to the pod, share a pod with a friend. If anybody is still listening at this point, that would be cool. If you're watching on YouTube, leave us a rating and a comment. Rate us 5 stars anywhere that you can rate podcasts. We would really appreciate it. It helps very much. Check out our sponsors, and you can follow me on Instagram at thisredheadissfw. You can follow Laura
At Wham Glam Artistry.
and you can follow the podcast on Instagram and X at TWND podcast.
Do it.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for coming, and we will see you Monday.
Come.
The Totally Wholesome Not Dirty podcast is presented by TWND Productions, created and hosted by Molly Stewart, co-hosted by Laura Contreras, and produced by David Warne.